unshakable.com, enter your name and email. That's going to get you not only a great resource, which is launching your full-time coaching business, the first 3 vital steps, but also that's going to put you into my community where you can get some great information and hit tips and ideas and see what I'm offering on a weekly basis. So with that being said, I'm very excited to welcome Leah Lowe to the show. Leah, welcome.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be on the show.
Yes. So this is great. So Leah is coming all the way from Singapore. So like literally like on the other side of the world. So if there's a little audio delay with the whole thing, we know what's going on because it takes a while for all the satellites to transmit all this stuff around, which I think is just so cool. It's in the morning, my time, earlier in the morning, and it's like she's going to bed after this. So we're literally like, I think 12, 13 hours apart. So Leah, start us off. When you came to me to do, to help you with your business, tell everyone, like, where were you at? What was going on where you felt like, all right, I need some help?
Well, it's just during near the end of my coaching training. And definitely, like, in my mind, I already wanted to start a business because I know that, coaching definitely has some good prospect on it. And I know that, okay, it definitely works for me. It means that it works for other people, right? So I was like, okay, I need to start business. But when I try to find information or try to get this skeleton around to build the business, I'm just lost because I have no idea how to really start a business from scratch, right? And when we were going through the coaching business, as in the coaching training, your name has been keep appearing. And I was like going through the electives that with the information you provide. I'm like, okay, this sounds really, really legit. And I even try to search other coaches online. And in the end, you gave me the vibe that you are someone who is really friendly, you are there to help. And I was like, okay, just go for it.
Nice. I'm glad I was friendly. And so so we started our work. So talk about like as we started the work, because we started our work as of today, it's about 11 months ago. So we're just wrapping up our work for right now. So we've been working together, we'll call it almost a year. So when we started off the work, talk about, like, for you, what was that like? Obviously you wanted to earn some money. You were like, I want to earn money. I want to do this. Talk about like the work you were doing. Talk about what you were going through.
Wow, this is guilty. Like when you keep mentioning, because I'm really, when I first started with Jeff, I really keep mentioning about, okay, how much can I earn? I want to earn quick. And definitely feel sorry for you because no one definitely want to hear this. And I like how, you tell me at that time, like, you told me like, hey, Leah, sometimes, yes, the money is important, but I feel like the more important thing is that you learn how to build a business and you get that momentum going. I was like, okay, but still money is important. Yeah. So this is the funny part that I keep mentioning. But throughout all the, throughout this journey, what I realized is you helped me to know all the core elements that is needed to build the business and to really know that you are trying to help the client. What do I really value? And you keep strengthening that. And I appreciate what you gave me, what you taught me, or what, keep asking those important questions like what do you think, or what are you looking for. So this helped me so much that now every day to me is exciting because I know that I can learn so much. And wherever, if let's say I have some problem, you will be there, cheering for me, or even asking those questions that I needed to make sure my business keep going. So yeah, I'm really happy that you are there.
Yes. And it's so true because like, and that's why I wanted to bring that up. Like for you is like you said, you came in and you're like, Jeff, I want to earn money. I got to earn money quickly. You really wanted to do this. And you're right. It's so important for us to be able to focus on the fundamentals. And I remember I have to kept reining you in. It's like, yes, I want you to earn money. Let's do the work. Let's understand what to do. But you started doing that. And then you would get a client or two, right? And then it was so funny because you'd come to me and like, Jeff, I got a client. And I'm like, oh, congratulations. And we talk it through, trying to help you understand like, well, how did this happen? How did you create this? And then it's like a week later, you're like, I want more clients. I haven't got any clients. I'm like, you just got a client last week. And then a small bit of time would go by.
I'm not sure about other. Yeah, sorry. So I was like, I'm not sure about your other, clients, but for me, Jeff is someone who is there to guide me. So whenever I meet Jeff, I always go back to that level 1 energy where like, oh, Jeff, I'm a victim. I feel like I'm not doing anything well. I'm not doing anything good. But then you will always be there and reinforce like, oh, what have you done? Actually, you did something. So this what is the funny story between us. So I'm not sure about other clients, but I feel like this is, maybe other clients, they might have the same situation. So don't worry, guys, you'll get through that.
Yes, they'll get through it. Yes. So talk about like for you, because over especially the last like couple months for you, I feel like there's been, when I say a maturity in the way you carry yourself in the business, the way you see things. There's almost like you've relaxed a little bit and you're in like describe it like you're just in a zone, like you feel like you have a newfound confidence. Talk about, that evolution over the last, call it 11 months or so to where you are now.
Yeah, sure. So for me, right, me as a full-time musician, before I go into coaching, my life is always revolved in practicing, hours of practicing, not really going out with friends or even making new friends. So when I step into this new industry, it's very difficult for me because I feel like I don't have much connection with a lot of people. And with not a lot of network, how am I going to get new business? So this is the period where I keep having this doubt, like, can I really do it? And the frustration, like, why am I not getting clients? But the turning point is when you really started to, ask question like, oh, remember the things that I've told you? Have you tried to do it, the marketing and stuff? Have you tried to get out to know more people, networking? Because I've never do that, right? And I kind of like, it's not in my mind yet. It's not imprinted in my thoughts or something that I really need to go out. And when I really start following to do all this, I see the results. And that's why and I started to feel like, okay, it's starting working for me. And I see, getting out, knowing more people has some changes for me with new clients coming up. And I did really become more confident. So yeah, and that's the story for me, like, a good turning point.
Yeah, and it's just refocusing you on what's important. I think that every time we spoke, I'm like, what are you doing for marketing activities? What, who have you gone out and met? And you'd always have this like cute little smile. I didn't see you, right? We were on the phone, but you're like, and you'd giggle and you'd be like, oh, Jeff. But then you started doing that more and more. And that's where you started. Like, that's where I think you've started getting more consistent clients. There's still space in between when you get clients, but even when you showed up today before we went live, you're like, guess what? I got a client. Talk about that a little bit, like what you've seen in terms of what you've done to start getting more clients a little more consistently.
Definitely like joining more networking events help. And also, see that opportunity everywhere, because when people talk about some stuff, that in some way you can contribute. And that's always something that I'm able to see. Just like this new client, it's because something that he mentioned, and I just want to make sure he's okay. And from that conversation, it actually leads to more. And so every time, whenever, when I, talk to new people or something, I'm just able to see how I can contribute to their business or their life. Yeah.
See, that's cool. So I think one of the biggest things as I'm hearing is you started to understand how to identify opportunities, whereas these are just conversations, but you're listening to it and going like, oh, let me ask these questions and let me be there for that person. And that leads to other conversations, which can go into coaching. But you are proactive on that, correct? Like you're at some point, you're actually now asking and offering. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, yes. And I remember you always also say like, oh, how much percentage you should really, go and network and stuff and be consistent, not to give up. Just keep on going, Leah. You can do it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Let me just keep writing down, like keep that motivation going. I always write some important sentence or thoughts during our session. I still remember it's in my book. I have this book that I write everything down whenever we have the session. So I know that I need to be consistent. I know that how much percentage of my time I really need to put it out to really network, to get new people, and build my community as well.
Yes, and that's huge. That's the biggest thing I think to really understand is to like now you're starting to understand what's necessary for you in order to get results. And you're either doing it or you're not. And there's no guarantee that when you do it, it's going to happen. But I think you've seen when you've done it consistently on the other end, you're getting a client, right?
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
would you what would you say for you at this stage of your business? What would you say your biggest learning has been, through our work for yourself?
Mm, I think definitely like networking is really, really important, right? Now I understand, because previously to be frank, like I'm a bit like skeptical, like really works, people, all those influencers, so many followers, maybe I should be like them, or I just need to, spend money on marketing so it will works on. I just, or buy some, I don't know, templates or something so I will get more clients. But I still feel like, networking definitely works as well. And the really important thing is like the first thing that you have mentioned, about because I always want to look for 5 digits salary or something, right? Monthly salary. And I remember you told me like, okay, Leah, the 5 digit is one thing, but I can guarantee you will start earning money, and I can guarantee that you will know what you are doing for your business. And this really come true. The values are so strong, like I couldn't thank you more for that. And a lot of things are strengthened, a lot of core things that makes a business going, especially for someone who has no experience on doing a new business. You definitely tell me all the core things that I really need to do to make sure it go. And then from there, who knows, in future I'll get my 5 digit.
Yes, that's the thing, Leah. I appreciate that very much. And it's been really exciting to see you blossom into this space. And I think the biggest thing is you've like settled down, you've calmed down. Not that you weren't calm before, right? But you just in business, you're not as, let's say, anxious or frantic. It's not all about the money. Like I need to earn the money thing. Now it's just like, all right, I can get out there. I know what to do. I have a sense of confidence and ease about myself. Um, and you understand what's needed to get done, like the fundamentals. and the rest will come. It just, you're 11 months in, 12 months in, right? So imagine now in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, the magnification of not only learning, but also the work that you can do. What's the one thing you want to,
Yeah.
go ahead.
And I just realized, oh sorry, I just realized, 2 more months in August, it will be my 1 year anniversary. And I just list down like what I accomplished. I realized that, hey, I'm actually doing not bad.
You are actually doing not bad or great, in other words. So I'm going to put Leah's website in the comments so you can check that out, leahlowcoaching.com. See what she's doing. Get on her email community, right? So check out her emails and the videos that she does, right? And Leah, I just want to say I really appreciate the fact that you trusted me and that you showed up and you did the work. And that means a lot, because if we don't have that in this partnership, then it doesn't work. And I'm just proud of you to see what you've done and what you've accomplished so far. And there's so much more to go, but I'll always be there for you for help whenever you need it.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Really, I really appreciate, you are there for me. Like what you say in the beginning, our time difference is so big. I still remember when there's a period where the timing is 13 hours difference, where I have to stay up to 10:30 p.m. for the call. And you're always there like, hey, Leah, what's going on for you with that, energetic vibe? And I'm like, okay, let's just carry on, Leah. And that resilience that I've built up through all these sessions, I really thank you for that. Always been there, whenever I email you, you give all the answers, So yeah, I appreciate a lot. So, I think you have one question to ask me. One last question. I'm not sure if I get it. Can you repeat that again?
Oh, I would say, what's the one thing that you would say to other coaches who are maybe where you were a year ago in that starting phase, not feeling like they know anything about business, not confident in their coaching skills, they're not certified yet. Now you're, let's just say, 12 months or a year ahead of them in the cycle. What's the one thing you'd want to share with them?
Definitely, like, trust your gut feeling. And since you're already there, you're halfway there, starting coaching, you'll definitely be a professional coach one day. And if, let's say, you feel like you need the help, go for it, because engaging another coach really helps to speed up whatever you are doing, including business. That's why I've engaged Jeff, and it really helped me so much. So coaches, just engage someone to help you quicken your process.
Wise words. Yeah. And I second that, right? That's all along the way. That's what I've worked mentors. I worked with coaches as well. And it's really helpful. So Leah, thank you so much for showing up and staying up late again. And I'm just so excited to see where this journey is taking you, and to have been a part of the process at the beginning, and who knows how we might work together in the future. So we'll obviously be in touch, and thank you for everyone for watching. And we'll be back next week with more great stuff like this. Thanks, everyone. Bye.